The Godfather Part 2. We're here to react to greatness. I guess, I mean, from everybody that's been saying anything about this movie, I mean, I might as well expect the masterpiece that it is. I mean, from part 1, people say that part 2 is the best of the trilogy. Everybody has said this. Many people say they can't wait for me to react to part 2, and we're finally here. The moment has arrived for me to finally watch Godfather Part 2. Hopefully you guys are ready. Judging from what came off of Part 1, cannot expect the sequel to be terrible, but you know, it's Hollywood, so it could be. But you know, this movie here, Part 2, has received such praise. I do not expect to be disappointed with this movie, especially with Al Pacino. I don't know if this was his prime of acting. I mean, Al Pacino has done such a amazing job over the years of acting. I can't even begin to think what he did here. This was in his younger years of acting, because he's been old forever now. You know, Al Pacino has done such an excellent job in the Part 1. You know, I don't mind him taking on the leading role. I mean, taking him from Marlon Brando, which did such an excellent job with being the Godfather, playing Vito Corleone. It's just was excellent. I couldn't give that movie less than 10 out of 10. Like, I would be an hypocrite to think that that story wasn't great and all this other stuff. And yes, there were things in the movie that weren't quite clear until the end, but it kept you going. You know what I'm saying? Watching a movie that lasted, you know, close to 3 hours runtime. This one is going to be a little bit over 3 hours. It's a little bit longer than the first movie, but I don't mind. You know, I don't mind if you're building on top of a sequel, I want to push the envelope a little bit more. I have no problem with that. So here we are watching The Godfather Part 2. Now let me make some things clear before we jump into the reaction. If you are watching my channel for the first time and you don't know what's happening, okay, you don't know what's happening, or the version that you're seeing on YouTube is blocked out, right? Number one, that allows me to upload more of the movie to YouTube. I would advise you to have your own copy to watch this movie with me. There is a timed version that you can access on my channel if you sign up for the membership, or you can go over to the Patreon and sign up as well. There is an original channel that YouTube has kind of shadow banned that I was growing before. I used to do reactions on. I had to make this my backup channel. So if you are watching this on Terabyt Reacts and Gaming, just understand that I had an original channel with over 6,000 subscribers, and for some reason YouTube has shadow banned the channel. Doesn't send out notifications, but membership is available over there, and I do still post everything I post from the original channel. I post here. So this is essentially my backup channel, that if it becomes bigger than my original channel, hopefully it does eventually, this channel will become the main channel. So I repeat, if you guys want to watch the full version of this, you can sign up for the membership, or you can sign up for the Patreon. Both links will be in the description, that you can go and watch this unencumbered, right? So if you want to just watch movie, I'll try to not make it so blocked out where you can't really see anything, even though I still think, you know, it was good enough. You know, some people were a little bit of complaint there, but I know what I'm doing. It allows me to upload a lot more of the movie when you block it out. Okay, so I just want you guys to understand that. So we're going to dive in to The Godfather Part 2. I'm ready to go. Hopefully you guys are ready to. Let's jump in, and I will see you guys right after for a review of the movie. If you are going to watch it, to sign up for membership or whatnot, please come back and see the review for the movie, because the review is never posted with the actual over there on Patreon or a membership if you're going to watch the full version of this reaction. Okay, so come back, see the review, and leave your comments here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Now let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. Godfather was born in Sicily. 1901, his father was murdered for an insult to the local mafia chieftain. His older brother Paolo swore revenge and disappeared into the hills, leaving Vito, the only male heir, to stand with his mother at the funeral. He was 9 years old. So that's how Vito. Okay. So he changed his name. So it was whoa. At the funeral? They've killed bruh. The savagery, man.
Facciamo le mani, Don Ciccio. Don Ciccio, ma ammazzasti a mio marito perché non si posi calare. Eppure un figlio mio d'anni, Paolo, perché aveva giurato vendetta. Ma Vito, avevi solo 9 anni ed è fissa. E poi avevo cuzzanica.
Io non mi scando di parole, sai.
Ma un figlio mio è sicco. Iddu, cusciusciuna batte.
E se quando cresce forte?
Ossia non si scanta. Sto piccirino non ci può fare niente.
Quando è grande, se ne viene per fare vendetta.
Che piacere, Don Ciccio. Sparagnatemi, sto figlio mio. Tengo solo a chisto. Il signoruzzo mio, vi giuro che non fa niente, oh signoria. Non sparagnasse.
Damn.
No.
Vita, attenti! Mi si muove l'ammazzo!
Fermi!
Vattene, Fetto!
Piglialo!
Fetto, vattene!
Bruh.
Ammazzatelo! 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 State attenti! Ascoltate che non capisce compare Mosca!
They smuggled him out of town.
Noi sappiamo per te, non ti scandare.
Resta, resta.
Oh, they smuggled that boy out, bro. So Vito got to New York. They basically killed his dad and his mom. Damn. I'm telling you guys a funny story. Lived in New York for 2 years. I lived in New York. Never saw that thing. I never saw it, bro. Man. And I went to all 5 boroughs. I just never saw it.
What is your name? Come on, son. What is your name?
Tuo nome? Vito Andolini from Corleone.
Corleone. Vito Corleone. Okay. Over there. Next. Your name.
So they changed his name for him? So just basically give you the name of this city you're from, pretty much.
Mama! Ooh, Mama!
Oh wow, she's actually still alive.
Mama! Here I am.
Constanzia, finalmente. After 1 week, I sent the car out to the airport last week to pick you up.
It was chaos. Anyway, here I am, just 1 week late.
Oh,
And this is
Just
for my
1
mama.
week late.
what's this?
You remember Merle, don't you?
Hello, Mama.
Hello, how are you? Thank you.
Where's Michael? I gotta talk to him and get a few things straight, and I can't wait online.
You go see your children first, and then you worry about waiting online to see your brother, like everybody else.
My lawyer, Tom Hagen, Senator Geary. He's the one who arranged this whole thing through your man Turnbull. I was under the impression that you and I would talk alone. I trust these men with my life, Senator. If I were to ask them to leave, it would be an insult. Well, it's perfectly all right with me, but I should tell you that I am a blunt man, and I intend to speak very frankly to you. Maybe more frankly than anyone in my position's ever talked to you. Corleone family has done very well here in Nevada. You own or you control 2 major hotels in Vegas, one in Reno. The licenses were grandfathered in, so there was no problem with the gaming commission.
What's your point, nigga? Get to it.
Now, my sources tell me that you plan to make a move against the Tropicala.
They tell me that within a week, you're going to move Klingman out. It's quite an expansion. However, it will leave you with one little technical problem. The license will still be in Klingman's name. Turnbull is a good man. Yeah, well, let's cut out the bullshit. I don't want to spend any more time here than I have to. You're going to have a license. Price is $250,000, plus a monthly payment of 5% of the gross. Of all 4 hotels, Mr. Corleone.
So you do know how to say his name properly.
Now, the price for the license is less than $20,000, am I right? That's right. Now, why would I ever consider paying more than that? Because I intend to squeeze you. I don't like your kind of people. I don't like to see you come out to this clean country in your oily hair, dressed up in those silk suits, try to pass yourselves off as decent Americans.
This nigga racist as hell,
do.
bro.
The fact is that I despise your masquerade, the dishonest way you pose yourself and your whole fucking family.
Huh?
We're both part of the same hypocrisy.
I know, right? You're acting like he's so clean.
Some people have to play little games. You play yours. So let's just say that. But I want your answer in the money by noon tomorrow. And one more thing. Don't you contact me again, ever. Senator, you can have my answer now if you like. My offer is this. Nothing. Not even the fee for the gaming license, which I would appreciate if you would put up personally. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
It's always a great idea to try to strong harm criminals. It's always a great idea, man.
Fredo! Fredo, you son of a bitch! You look great!
Frank Pentangeli. I thought you was never coming out west, you big bum.
I gotta check out my boys. Hey, what's with the food around here?
What's the matter?
Kid comes up to me in a white jacket, gives me a Ritz cracker and a chopped liver. He says, can of peas. I said, can of peas my ass. Ritz cracker and chopped liver. He goes, bring out the peppers and sardines. That room up in here.
Oh, seeing you reminds me of New York, the old days, huh?
You remember Willie Chichi when he was with old man Clemenza in Brooklyn?
Not Chi-Chi.
Yeah, look.
We were all upset about that, Frankie. Heart attack, huh?
No, there was no heart attack.
That's what I'm here to see your brother Mike about. Well, what's with him? I mean, what do I gotta do? Do I have to get a letter of introduction or to get a sit down?
You can't get in to see Mike?
He's got me waiting in the lobby.
You know my lawyer, Tom Hagen, Johnny O?
Sure. I remember Tom from the old days.
That's Sonny.
Tom isn't gonna sit in with us.
Talking about
He
Sonny.
only
That's
handles
Junior.
areas of the family business. Tom?
No?
Sure, Mike.
Isn't that Junior from
What are you drinking to?
Junior from The Sopranos, right? That face, that voice.
If you need anything, Mike, I'll be outside, all right?
Just tell Rocco we're waiting, Tom.
I just left Mr. Roth in Miami.
How's this house?
This is definitely Junior, dude.
That's not good.
Is there anything I can do? Anything I can send?
He appreciates your concern, Michael. And your respect. The casino you're interested in. The registered owners are Jacob Lawrence, Alan Barkley, both Beverly Hills attorneys. The real owners are the old Lakeville Road group from Cleveland and our friend in Miami. Maya Klingman runs the store. He owns a piece of it, too. He does all right. But I've been instructed to tell you that if you move Klingman out, our friend in Miami will go along.
That's very kind of him. You tell him. That's greatly appreciated.
Hyman Roth always makes money for his partners. One by one, our old friends are gone. Death, natural or not, prison, deported. Hyman Roth is the only one left because he always made money for his partners.
Micheal, mi scusato. Io non c'è rispetto. Io non sono capi mangiare.
Scusa.
Beh.
Clemenza promised the Rosado brothers 3 territories in the Bronx after he died. You took over, and you didn't give it to them.
I welched?
You welched.
Yeah, Clemenza promised them Ugatas. Ma scusa. Clemenza promised them nothing. He hated those son of a bitches more than I did.
Frankie, they feel cheated.
You're sitting high up in the Sierra Mountains, and you're drinking, what's he drinking? Champagne cocktails. And you're passing judgment on how I run my family.
Ancora porta il nome di Corleone. E tu sempre devi rispettare i cosi di famiglia.
Avanire mia, non mangio qua, non mangio Las Vegas, e non mangio Miami, con Hyman Roth.
You're a good old man. I like you. You were loyal to my father for years.
The Rosado brothers, they're taking hostages. And Mike, they spit right in my face. All because they're backed up by that Jew in Miami.
I know. That's why I don't want him touched.
You don't want them touched.
No. I want you to be fair with him.
You want me to be fair with him? How can he be fair to animals? They recruit specks. They recruit niggers. You know, they do violence in their grandmother's neighborhoods. And I tell you, everything with them is whores. Whores! In a Bavaria, jump, go! And they leave the gambling to last. I want to earn my family without you on my back. And I want those Rosado brothers dead.
No. Now, I have business that's important with Hyman Roth. I don't want it disturbed.
And you give your loyalty to a Jew before your own blood.
Really, nigga?
You know my father did business with Hyman Roth. He respected him.
Your father did business with Hyman Roth. Your father respected Hyman Roth. But your father never trusted Hyman Roth or his Sicilian messenger boy, Johnny Ova. Ma tu mi scusato. And I want everybody here to know there's not going to be no trouble for me. Don Corleone. Cheech. Abort.
You want him to leave now?
Let him go back to New York. I've already made my plans. The old man had too much wine. Sleep. How's the baby?
Sleeping inside me?
Does it feel like a boy?
Yes. Yes, it does, Michael.
Kate,
Hmm?
I'm sorry about all the people today. Bad timing. It couldn't be helped, though.
It made me think of what you once told me. In 5 years, the Corleone family will be completely legitimate. That was 7 years ago.
I know. I'm trying, Don.
He had to come drag you off the bed? Are you serious? Did she get hit already? But he had to come drag you off the bed? Bro, what was she doing?
They're still on the property. Please, Michael, please stay inside.
Keep them alive.
We'll try.
Michael! Alive!
Stay by the door.
She got real fast, huh? What? It's got to be them dudes, man. Chi-Chi or whatever them names.
Mikey, you all right? Yeah? There's a lot I can't tell you, Tom. Yeah, I know that's upset you in the past. You felt it was because of some lack of trust or confidence. It's because I admire you and I love you that I kept things secret from you.
Also, if he's gonna be the lawyer, it's good that if he's, yeah, I mean, he has plausible deniability about a lot of things as well.
Fredo, he's got a good heart, but he's weak and he's stupid. And this is life and death. Tom, you're my brother. I always wanted to be thought of as a brother by you, Mikey, real brother. You're gonna take over.
Then pass the Cavassier, bruh. What?
What I think has happened has happened. I'm gonna leave here tonight. I give you complete power, Tom. Over Fredo and his men, Rocco, Neri, everyone. I'm trusting you with the lives of my wife and my children. Future of this family.
Just in case anything happens.
I think we'll be able to find out who's back of all this. Unless I'm very wrong, they're dead already. They're killed by somebody close to us. Inside. Very, very frighteningly botched it. Rocco and Neri, you don't think that they had something to do with this? You see, all our people are businessmen. Their loyalty is based on that. One thing I learned from Pop was to try to think as people around you think. Now, on that basis, anything's possible.
I said this! Right out my window! Over here. There's two of them. Looks like they were hired out of New York. I don't recognize them. We won't get anything out of them now.
You was right. You was right. They're dead already. It's basically that somebody close to them.
Where's Mike? Rocco?
Peppino, una lettera per te.
Siete. Finalmente una lettera da Napoli.
Vito, te ne parlo, non ci devi. È bella.
È veramente bella, sì.
Bella, eh?
Ma per te è bella. Per me Gesù, mia moglie e a mia figlia.
Che la nostra cara mamma.
A mangiare. Quando dobbiamo vedere la reina, poi portavo a mangiare.
Tu, da sei.
Oh, scusa. Sono Fenucci. Ora portavo a mangiare, andiamo a vedere la reina.
E chi sono?
La mano in Ivo.
The Black Hand.
Fenucci cai, la mano in Ivo.
Come ci pensavo? Vieni domani.
Oh. So you just gonna run away? You're not gonna do nothing?
Lasciala lì. Per piacere, lasciala lì. Lasciala lì. Pigliati tutti i soldi, te. Pigliati tutto quello che vuoi, vai.
Vito, come here, come on. Io sai che sta pensando, Vito, ma tu non capisci come sono le cose. Fanucci appartiene alla manicola e tutto vicinanza lo pagano, ci sono soldi. Pure mi pare dalla corseria.
Italiano,
Siciliano cornuto.
E allora, perché sconosci l'altro italiano?
E perché sappi che non ha nessuno che la difende? Ma è sapere che te ne paghi la cena mia?
Contento tu, contenti tu.
Dai, ci vuoi scrivere un poco di righe.
You bitch made, bro. I saw somebody roughing up your girl like that. You don't even. It's like, yo. I pick your battles, I guess.
Cioè, Don Abbondando non ti tratta bene?
Lascia stare.
A mucci mi chiesto per me. A settimana che viene, vengo e mi picchio. All'est.
Is it guns? A man just threw you a cloth full of guns.
Come ti va? Un business. Ti va buono. Veda, Micheal, fotografiato. Fanucci. Ci portate da schifio. Di tutto lo pago, ci sono rotto il tempo. Fanucci. Devi essere buono con tutti.
Ehi, giù, va cangiando.
Se mi ha le soldi, io ora volevo il doppio tuo vicinanza. Tu lo temi padre, che te ne pare chi sia. Vedo sono una vita.
Really now?
Faccio la cacca. Non mi pure? Ma è su.
What, he's got to fire Vito to take on this new mandatory hire? What?
Le cose vanno malamente. A mia mi pare magari malo, di ritiro. Fanucci. Chiamano nipoti. Ugami. E você ci aveva dato il travaglio a me. E você è stato sempre buono con me da quando ero picciriccio. E mi era Valencia ed ero come un bacio. E io la ringrazio. E io non mi scordo.
Il sogno che mangia, ce l'hai ancora le cose? Tu vedi speso cucire a rincia?
Me ne fotte le cose tue, a me non mi interessa.
C'è un amico che ha un tappeto buono. Può essere che a tua moglie ci piace.
Certo, ma in Africa abbiamo solo di pagattare il tappeto.
No, io la fa regalare. Usaccio come a ringraziare.
Riesco. Ci piace se mi muovi.
Minchia, ma cacchio.
How close is Italian to Spanish?
Non credo che s'arraccia.
Anybody let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Like, how close is the language to Spanish? Spanish and Italian.
Casa dell'amico tuo?
Sì, certo.
Sono un palazzo di ricchi, eh?
Uno di meglio. Vito, dammi una mano, eh?
Are they robbing somebody to get the rug? Is that a cop? Man said, I know how to I know how to pay back a favor. Your wife like rugs? Yeah. Let's go steal it. That's crazy, bro. Is that Sunny? Yeah, that is Sunny.
Come on in. It's all right. Hyman's in there. I was just making some lunch. Would you like a tuna sandwich?
No, thank you. Mr. Roth?
Come in, Michael. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. It's almost over.
I came here because there's going to be more bloodshed. I want you to know about it before it happens so that there's no danger of starting another war. Frank Pantangeli came to my home, and he asked my permission to get rid of the Rosado brothers. When I refused, he tried to have me killed. He was stupid. I was lucky. I'll visit him soon. The important thing is that nothing interfere with our plans for the future.
Nothing is more important. You're a wise and considerate young man.
And you're a great man, Mr. Roth. There's much I can learn from you.
Whatever I can do to help, Michael. What we'll do together in the next few months, make history, Michael. History. It's never been done before. Not even your father would dream that such a thing could be possible.
And Pantangeli was a dead man. You don't object?
These small potatoes.
He's small potatoes. Imagine that. Something is very wrong.
Don Corleone, I wish you would have let me know you were coming. I could have prepared something for you.
I didn't want you to know I was coming. You heard what happened in my home?
Mike, I almost died myself. It was all so relieved.
In my home! In my bedroom where my wife sleeps!
Where my children come and play with their toys. In my home. I want you to help me take my revenge.
Michael, anything. What can I do?
Kill yourself.
Mike, I don't understand. I don't have your brain for big deals. But this is a street thing. That Hyman Roth in Miami, he's backing up those son of a bitches.
I know he is.
Then why? Why do you ask me to lay down to him, Mike?
It was Hyman Roth that tried to have me killed. I know it was him.
Jesus Christ, Mike. Jesus Christ. Look, let's get them all. Let's hit them all now while we got the muscle.
My father taught me many things here. He taught me in this room. He taught me, keep your friends close, but your
enemies closer.
Now, if Hyman Roth sees that I interceded in this thing, in the Rosado brothers' favor, he's gonna think his relationship with me is still good. I want him completely relaxed and confident in our friendship. And I'll be able to find out who the traitor in my family was.
No, you're confusing me, sir. Because I thought this was the dude that hit, but I guess he knows for sure that it was Hyman.
Jesus Christ, what the hell time?
Who's that, honey?
Shh. Listen good, Fredo. What are you calling me here for? I don't want to talk to you.
Pantangeli set up a meeting with the Rosado brothers. He says he's going to go for that deal.
Oh, God.
Will he come along?
I don't know anything. You got me in deep enough already.
Just go along. Everything will be all right, Fredo. Pantangeli says he's willing to make the deal.
Is Fredo the inside man?
You guys lied to me. I don't want you to call me anymore.
Your brother's not going to find out we talked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fredo says they got him in too deep already.
Who's that?
Wrong number.
Hey, I got nobody here.
Wait in the car, Cheech.
Frankie.
It's okay, Cheech.
That dude, the Cheech dude, right? We learned about that's the family that basically killed Vito's mom and dad, and they had to smuggle Vito out of Sicily so he can be safe, right? This dude, that Cheech, you know what I'm saying? I think the first scene in the movie that we saw, I think that's foreshadowing of things to come. I think they found out. Maybe they found out that Vito is alive, and they're planning something to take out his family or whatever. But that has been so far down the line now. Like, I don't even think they even know anything about that. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But I am watching this dude, this Chichi nigga. Like, I am watching him because I think it has something to do with him, with that name. I could be wrong.
It's a lucky C-note for our new deal.
See, I'm telling you, man, I feel like it has something to do with that dude named Chichi. I think something happened. I think they're trying to take out the family.
Frankie. You're not going to regret it.
I don't like the C-note, Lozado. I take that as an insult. Michael Corleone says hello.
So they are killing this dude.
Close the fucking door!
Friend the cop, what the...
Hey, Rich, it's dark in here. Are you open or closed?
Hey, I just come in to clean up a little, you know? What's the matter?
Is that something on the floor?
Carmine, no, not here, not here.
Anthony! Not here! Carmine, you open your fucking mouth, bullshit! Carmine!
Did he survive? Man, was I wrong. Bro, what?
Listen, Hagen, I did not know.
All right.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. You're very lucky. My brother Fredo operates this place. He was called before anyone.
Did he kill a hooker?
And I don't know how it happened.
You can't remember?
Did they set him up?
I passed out.
They set him up. I think they set him up. They set him up so that he has to go along because they're going to help
I
him.
don't understand why. I can't remember.
You don't have to remember. Just do as I say. Putting a call into your office. Explain that you'll be there tomorrow afternoon. You decided to spend the night at Michael Corleone's house in Tahoe as his guest.
I do remember. She was laughing.
This girl has no family. Nobody knows that she worked here. It'll be as though she never existed. All that's left is our friendship.
They set this nigga up, bro. They set him up.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Perhaps you would discuss the status of rebel activity and what this can mean to our businesses.
Of course. I want to assure you that although the rebels have mounted an impressive campaign in Las Villas,
yo le quiero asegurar de que a pesar de que los rebeldes han montado una impresionante ofensiva en Las Villas,
my staff indicates with assurance that we'll drive them out of the city of Santa Clara before the new year.
echaremos de la ciudad de Santa Clara.
Was the audio echoing on purpose?
I want to put you all at ease.
Y quiero asegurarles
we will tolerate no guerrillas in the casinos or the swimming pools.
I saw an interesting thing happen today. A rebel was being arrested by the military police. And rather than be taken alive, he exploded a grenade he had hidden in his jacket. He killed himself, and he took a captain of the command with him. Right, Johnny?
Those rebels know they're lunatics.
Maybe so. But it occurred to me, the soldiers are paid to fight. The rebels aren't.
What does that tell you?
They can win.
This country has had rebels for the last 50 years. It's in their blood, believe me, I know. I've been coming here since the 20s. We were running molasses out of Havana when you were a baby. The trucks owned by your father. Michael, I'd rather we talked about this when we were alone. The 2 million never got to the island.
What 2 million?
Someone wanted to get around that you held back the money because you had second thoughts about the rebels.
Here we are, protected.
free to make our profits without Kiefer with the goddamn Justice Department and the FBI. 90 miles away, partnership with a friendly government. Just one small step, looking for a man that wants to be president of the United States and having the cash to make it possible. We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Oh, excuse me. No, it's okay. You want to count it? Mikey, what the hell's going on anyway? I'm totally in the dark.
The family's making an investment in Havana. This is a little gift for the president.
Oh. Well, that's great. Havana's great. It's my kind of town. Anybody I know in Havana?
I don't know. Hyman Roth? Johnny Ola?
No. I never met them.
Johnny Ola called you the other night, Fredo.
Listen, Mikey, Senator Geary's flying in from Washington tomorrow night with some people, some government people. I want you to show him a good time in Havana. Later on in the evening, we're all invited to the presidential palace for a reception, bring in the new year. After it's over, then you take me home in a military car, alone. Before I reach my hotel, I'll be assassinated.
He's gonna fake his death?
Who?
Roth.
It was Roth who tried to kill me in my home.
We all know that's not true.
It was Roth all along. He acts like I'm his son, his successor. But he thinks he's gonna live forever. He wants me out. How can I help? You just go along as though you know nothing. I've already made my move.
I think Micheal is trying to fish out the mole. Hyman Roth does not think he... But, first of all, Micheal had already said that he can't trust... He had already said that he can't trust Fredo. That's what he told Tom.
Who had Frank Pantangeli killed?
The Rosado brothers.
I know. But who gave the go-ahead?
There was this kid I grew up with. He was younger than me, sort of looked up to me, you know. We did our first work together during Prohibition. We ran molasses into Canada. Made a fortune. Your father, too. As much as anyone, I loved her and trusted her. Later on, he had an idea to build a city out of a desert stopover for GIs on the way to the West Coast. That kid's name was Mo Green.
Whoa.
The city he invented was Las Vegas. This was a great man. Someone put a bullet through his eye. When I heard it, I wasn't angry. I knew Mo. I knew he was headstrong, talking loud, saying stupid things. So when he turned up dead, I let it go. And I said to myself, this is the business we've chosen. I didn't ask who gave the order, because it had nothing to do with business. $2 million in a bag in your room. I'm going in to take a nap. When I wake, the money's on the table. I'll know I have a partner. If it isn't, I'll know I don't.
I am seriously confused. Like, let me talk about this for a second, because I'm a little confused about what's going on. Micheal obviously doesn't trust any of these dudes, right? I think he's trying to fish out the mole, but at the same time, he's like making moves and being very cautious about going into this business deal with Hyman Roth. Because he's saying that who gave the order, and I was like, didn't you give the order to kill Frank? I thought that was him. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was him, but going back to look at it, you know, because he said he was going to pay him a visit. He did. told him that Hyman Roth is the one that's trying to kill him. But is it really Hyman Roth? I'm a little confused about this relationship that is going on between the two of them, because it's just like, if he gave the order to kill Frank, why did he give the order to kill Frank? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
All right, so everybody know everybody here, huh? This is Senator Geary, you know him.
Oh, it's good to see you, Mike. I'm glad we can spend this time together.
Right.
You don't know my brother Fredo, do you, Johnny? Johnny Ola? Fredo?
We never met. Johnny Ola. Pleasure.
To a night in Havana.
Yo.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Michael is like, I know you know this nigga, man. I know you know him. Y'all acting all awkward. I don't know, man. Michael is on some spy mission here, trying to figure out, I don't know what he's setting up to do.
Hey, Freddie, where did you find this place?
Johnny Ola told me about this place. He brought me here. I didn't believe it, but seeing is believing, huh?
I see it and I still don't believe it.
$50, Pat. Old man Roth had never come here, but old Johnny knows these places like the back of his hand. So watch him, he's gonna break the cracker with us.
Break a cracker? I want to see him break a brick.
Does he know that Michael is there? Or did he forget that Michael is there? Let's pause for a second here. Let's kind of put the pieces together. Okay? Fredo is we know that Fredo is the inside man, right? We know he's the one that's been feeding them information. He was in too deep already. We know that Johnny Ola, right, is the dude. Of course, Junior is playing him. And of course, he's like the right-hand man to Hyman Roth, right? This is crazy. This is crazy because he's been trying to find out who tried to kill him, or why they trying to kill him, rather. Fredo is an idiot, man. I swear, dude. Fredo is an idiot. They got Johnny. So I'm guessing that Frank really didn't know what was coming, because I was thinking that, earlier in the movie, I was thinking that Frank was actually the one that actually tried to kill Michael, but it wasn't. Frank basically got set up. So Hyman is the one that's been trying to kill Michael, like for real, because I actually thought that he wasn't, and I was confused by what was happening, but now it's kind of more clear now. Oh, damn. Yo, dude was gonna take him out too.
Fredo, where you going?
I'm gonna get me a real drink, because I
Oh. Yo, they got him. This is not good.
There's a plane waiting for us to take us to Miami in an hour. All right. Don't make a big thing about it. I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Yeah, but they killed your man, so you might not even leave here alive, bro.
Salud!
Fredo! Come on. Come with me. It's the only way out of here tonight. Roth is dead. Fredo! Fredo, come with me! You're still my brother! Fredo! Fredo!
Kano, I'm back. Fellas, could you step outside for me? Thanks. Where's my brother?
Roth got out in a private boat. He's in the hospital in Miami. Had a stroke, but he recovered okay.
Your bodyguard's dead.
I asked about Fredo.
I think he got out. He must be somewhere in New York.
I want you to get in touch with him. I know he's scared. Tell him everything's all right. Tell him I know Roth misled him, but he didn't know they were going to try to kill him. They can come in now.
Oh, there was something else.
What? What? Come on, what?
Kay had a miscarriage. She lost the baby.
Jesus, man. While you was away, bro, that's never good. That's never good.
Was it a boy?
Mike, you have 3.5 months.
Now, can't you give me a straight answer anymore? Was it a boy?
I really don't know.
So Fredo survived pneumonia.
Vai. Poi pizzotto, la gente mi dice che tu mi dici tu che stai trecchetto. E manco lo vestito mi mette a mandarlo a casa. E che rispetto hai, Chissu? Vuoi sapere che altre figlie figlie? E Chissu è un vicinanzo mio. Tu la visitore non la vedi, manco l'anticchia di rispetto per mia. Potete bagnare l'anticchia, come la mia. Vieni a sapere che vostro varagno di 600 scudi puliti. Io ve lo domando solo rocendo per la protezione che mi rogni e mi scordo pure la malattia. Voi altri picciottazzi non lo sapete. Rispetto per l'uomo come me. Ma se no i sbirri ti vengono a casa e tu e tutta tua famiglia venite disonorati. Se invece mia formazione non è giusta a fare to, mi fa mucchiare un bel anticchia. E per anticchia lo godini magari 100 scudi. E perché c'era 11 da no? Capisci, paesano? Capisci, paesano?
Lo capisci. Ma i soldi io la spadri con amici miei, prima a parlare con Izzy.
Ah, tu c'è a dire all'amici tuoi, chi non voglia assai, tanto per bagnare la bocca, eh?
Che mi succede se non pagano?
Tu li conosci all'amici suoi, veramente bestie. Riescono chi fanucci ha avuto permesso di maranzarle in persona per travagliare in questo quartiere. E gli un giudo galleggi. Lei mi pagare uno $100 l'uno e basta.
E per chi le mi pagare?
Vedi, ci pensiamo neanche.
Ah sì, ma io è solo, noi ci siamo tre. E io è armato e noi ci siamo armati. Perciò, per chi c'è la medaglia a Vigio hanno scelto monete.
Tu non capisci. Questo è il suo quartiere.
Sì, ma io conosco lui casino di Rioco e non ci sono niente a Fanucci.
Come?
De Jordan Greek da Seconda Avenue, Frank Pignataro, 25 strade e non ci sono niente a Fanucci.
Si di un pagano niente a Fanucci, qualche altro a Ragoghi per Maranzallo.
Andiamo a pagare. È meglio per tutti gli altri. Non ti preoccupare.
E allora? E so che diciamo che resta c'è oggi. Se voi oggi siete d'accordo, perché non mi date 50 scudi l'uno per pagare a Fanucci? E vi garantisco che io si bene so che ci rugno io.
Quando Fanucci regge 200, non c'è niente da fare, vedi?
Ha ragione io. Coeggio. Lasciate fare a me. I take everything. Io ho risetto tutte cose. E ho menzogna non ne dico mai alla amici me. I riuscì romani voi a parlare con Fanucci. Io doveva domandare i soldi. E faceteci capire che voi avete intenzione di pagare tutto quello che va domani, e senza discutere. E poi ci vado io. E mi ci sciarrio io qui. Non c'è bisogno che fate incazzare che io sai se è così malandrino come decite voi oggi, no?
Ma come fai tu a farci pigliare di meno?
A voi oggi non mi interessa. Ma solo ricordatevi che vi feci un piacere. Siamo d'accordo?
Sì.
Tutta sua famiglia ne esce fuori da casa. Fanucci è solo un caffè.
We're playing that at the. Isn't that like an Italian parade? Like what? We're playing the American anthem.
Buona fortuna.
Ma tu sei sicuro che io dovresti di sì?
Non ti scaldare. I'm making an offer you don't refuse. Don't worry.
Ragione hai io. Solo 100 scudi.
Sono ancora di monete. Che vuole? A comore sono senza tabaglio. Menace antiche di tempo. Non si lo capisci, no?
Tu sei picciolo che scaghi. Com'è che non ti avevo mai incontrato prima? A te, eh? Tu c'hai un velo in tuo stomaco. Tutto io ti voglio cabana moneta. Senza rancore, eh? Se ti posso aiutare, fammelo sapere. Tu ti facesti a conoscere. A diverti che festa!
Did he do something? It's the same. It's a thing from The Sopranos that they did that one episode about. I think he's trying to study his route. Hey, yo. The hell is that? Is that a shotty? Or is he gonna shoot him through the towel to kind of muffle the sound, I guess?
Dove vai?
he wearing a vest? Well, talk about perfect timing. Bruh. And he took his money back. Just kill a man and then go hold your kids. Some savage shit right there. And there it goes, man. Situation like those, you don't even know what to say because you know what's coming.
At the present time, you were an employee of the Genco Olive Oil Company?
That's right.
But in actuality, you were a member of the Corleone crime organization.
No, we call it the Corleone family, Senator. We call it the family.
What was your position?
At first, like everybody else, I was a soldier.
What is that?
A button, you know, Senator. Come on.
No, I don't know. Tell me.
Well, when the boss says push a button on a guy, I push a button. See, Senator?
Mr. Questor.
You mean you kill people?
A what?
You kill people at the behest of your superiors.
Yeah, that's right, Counselor.
And the head of your family is Michael Corleone.
Yeah, Counselor. Michael Corleone, right.
Did you ever get such an order directly from Michael Corleone?
No, I never talked to him.
Mr. Chichi, could you amplify your answer a bit, please?
Do what?
Could you expand on your answer? I'm particularly interested in knowing, was there always a buffer?
Why are you here asking
Someone
this?
in between you and your possible superiors who gave the actual order?
Right, yeah, buffer. The family had a lot of buffers.
Mr. Chichi, you may find this very amusing, but I promise you the members of this committee do not.
What?
New York City.
Would you mind speaking up, please?
New York City.
Are you the son of Vito Corleone?
Yes, I am.
And where was he born?
Corleone, Sicily.
Did he at times use an alias that was known in certain circles as Godfather?
Godfather is a term that was used by his friends, one of affection, one of respect.
Now,
We're
Mr.
just trying to
Corleone,
save
you
his
have been
ass.
advised as to your legal rights. We have testimony from a witness, a previous witness, one Willie Chichi. He has stated that you are head of the most powerful mafia family in this country. Are you?
No, I'm not.
The witness has testified that you are personally responsible for the murder of a New York City police captain in 1947, and with him a man
Bruh.
named Virgil Salozzo.
This man
You
gave him
deny
all
this?
the deets.
Yes, I do.
Is it true that in the year 1950, you devised the murder of the heads of the so-called 5 families in New York to assume and consolidate your nefarious power?
It's a complete falsehood.
Mr. Questor.
Is it true that you have a controlling interest in 3 of the major hotels in Las Vegas?
No, it is not true. I own some stock in some of the hotels there, but very little. I also have stock in IBM and AT&T.
Mr. Corleone, do you have any interests or control over gambling and narcotics in the state of New York?
No, I do not.
Senator, my client would like to read a statement before this committee.
Mr. Chairman, I think this statement is totally out of order at this time.
Sir, my client has answered every question asked by this committee with the utmost sincerity. He has not taken the Fifth Amendment as it was his right to do. So in all fairness, I think the statement should be heard.
No, I'm going to allow Mr. Corleone to read his statement. I'll put it in the record.
In the hopes of clearing my family name and the sincere desire to give my children their fair share of the American way of life without a blemish on their name and background, I have appeared before this committee and given it all the cooperation in my power. I consider it a great dishonor to me personally to have to deny that I am a criminal. I wish to have the following noted for the record: that I served my country faithfully and honorably in World War II and was awarded the Navy Cross for actions in defense of my country. That I have never been arrested or indicted for any crime whatsoever. That no proof linking me to any criminal conspiracy, whether it is called Mafia or Cosa Nostra or whatever other name you wish to give, has ever been made public. I have not taken refuge behind the Fifth Amendment, though it is my right to do so. I challenge this committee to produce any witness or evidence against me. And if they do not, I hope they will have the decency to clear my name with the same publicity with which they now have besmirched it.
I'm sure we're all quite impressed, Mr. Corleone, particularly with your love for our country. The committee will stand in recess until 10 a.m. Monday morning, at which time the committee will produce a witness who will corroborate the charges which were made against you today, and at which time, Mr. Corleone, you may very well be subject to indictment for perjury. I remind you that you're still under subpoena, Mr. Corleone. Adjourned.
Good morning.
This nigga is he's the freaking snitch, dude.
50 million of your fellow
Jeez.
Marlon, my life won't be worth a nickel after tomorrow. Some deal I made.
Oh, you'll live like a king. You'll be a hero. You'll live better in here than most people on the outside.
Some deal.
Man.
Angela is alive.
We thought he was dead. Sounds like he actually survived. And they got him in witness protection.
He engineered it, Michael. Frankie went to make a deal with the Rosado brothers, and they tried to kill him. He thought you double-crossed him. Our people with the New York detective said he was half dead, scared stiff, and talking out loud that you turned on him. They already had him on possession, bookmaking, murder one, and a lot more.
The FBI has him airtight. It's on an army base, 24-hour guards.
No way we can get to him. You've opened yourself to 5 counts of perjury.
What about Fredo? What does he know?
He says he doesn't know anything. I believe it. Roth, well, he played this one beautifully.
I'm gonna talk to Fredo.
I didn't know it was gonna be a hit, Mike. I swear to God, I didn't know it was gonna be a hit. Johnny Ola bumped into me in Beverly Hills. And he said that he wanted to talk. He said that you and Roth were in on a big deal together. And that there was something in it for me if I could help him out. He said that you were being tough on the negotiations, but if they could get a little help and close the deal fast, it'd be good for the family.
You believe that story? You believe that?
He said there was something in it for me, on my own.
I've always taken care of you.
Taking care of me? You're my kid brother, and you take care of me? Did you ever think about that? Huh? Did you ever once think about that? Send Fredo off to do this, send Fredo off to do that. Let Fredo take care of some Mickey Mouse nightclub somewhere. Send Fredo to pick somebody up at the airport. I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over.
That's the way Pop wanted it.
It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart, and I want respect.
Yeah, that's the first sign of being a leader there. The first sign of being a leader. Yeah, I want respect.
You can tell me about this investigation. Nothing more.
Dad. It belongs to Roth.
Fredo, you're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do.
Damn.
I don't want to see you at the hotels. I don't want you near my house. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there. You understand?
Bruh.
Mikey.
I don't want anything to happen to him while my mother's alive.
More people in a ball game. Hey, that's Willie Chasey.
You see that look? Yo, we want that head on a platter right now. Punk ass.
This committee will come to order.
Turn. That's snitch.
State your name, please.
Frank Pentangeli.
And where were you born?
Porto Rico. It's outside of Palermo.
And where do you live now?
I live in an army barracks with the FBI guys.
We have here, finally, a witness that will further testify to Michael Corleone's rule over a criminal empire that controls all of the gambling in this country, and perhaps in other countries. This witness has had no buffer between himself and Michael Corleone. He can corroborate our charges on enough counts for this committee to recommend a charge of perjury against Michael Corleone.
Senator? Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Pentangeli. Mr. Pentangeli. Were you a member of the Corleone family? Did you serve under capo regime Peter Clemenza, under Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather?
Don't hesitate.
I never knew no Godfather.
Whoa. What happened?
I got my own family, Senator.
You switching up on them now? What? You ain't got the balls?
Sworn statement you previously made to me and signed. I ask you again, sir. Here and now, under oath, were you at any time a member of a crime organization headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that. Oh. I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
We have a sworn affidavit. We have it. Your sworn affidavit that you murdered on the orders of Michael Corleone. Do you deny this confession? And do you realize what will happen as a result of your denial?
Look, the FBI guys, they promised me a deal. So I made up a lot of stuff about Michael Corleone, because that's what they wanted. But it was all lies. Everything. And I kept saying, Michael Corleone did this, and Michael Corleone did that. So I said, yeah, sure.
Mr. Corleone, would you kindly identify for the committee the gentleman sitting to your left?
I can answer that. His name is Vincenzo Pentangeli.
Is he related to the witness?
He is, I believe, his brother.
Will he come forward and be sworn, sir?
Sir, this man does not understand English. He came at his own expense to aid his brother in his time of trouble. He's not under subpoena, and his reputation in his own country is impeccable.
Are you saying he knows nothing about these matters?
To my knowledge, nothing.
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here. All right, this committee is now adjourned.
Yo, they basically just threatened to kill his brother, and he's like, yo, I gotta switch up.
This committee owes an apology. Apology, Senator.
Yo, they rolled up with the brother. They like, yo, you corroborate this? Your brother is dead. He don't know what's going on. That's crazy.
I think it's too late for changes, Michael. I promised myself I wasn't going to say anything, and now I've...
Too late.
What really happened was Pentangeli, Michael.
His brother came, helped him.
I didn't even know he had a brother. And where is he now?
He's on a plane back to Sicily.
All he had to do was show his face.
It was between the brothers, Kay. I had nothing to do with it.
Michael, you say you love me, and then you talk about allowing me to leave.
There are things that have been going on for years between men and women that will not change,
You've
and that's
become
it.
blind, Michael.
Blind to what?
Look what's happened to us, Mike. My God, look what's happened to our son, Michael.
Nothing's happened to us.
Don't tell me nothing.
Anthony's fine.
Anthony is not
I don't want to hear about it.
You will.
I don't want to hear about it.
Anthony's
I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. Over!
See, I want to stop and talk about this because this is what happens when women get into these situations that they, you know what I'm saying? And I talked about it in the last movie as well. I think I talked about it in the review or even during the episode during the movie as well, where Kay got herself into this. She could have made a totally different decision. She knew what was happening and she stayed. Gave this man kids. You know what I'm saying? She knew about all the stuff. Michael has been telling her stories about his father and all this other stuff. But she just couldn't let it go. And now that we're married, now you want to choose sides? Now well, let me not say choose sides, but now you want to be all, you know, I'm going to leave now. Things are getting too hot or whatever. You knew from the get-go. You just blocked it out of your mind thinking, oh, things are going to get better. This man told you he's going to go legit in 5 years. It's been 7 years since that happened. Nothing then. Promises. At this point in Kay's existence with being Michael's wife, you should just sit your ass down and just ride this thing out. Just ride it out. First of all, criminals would rather kill you than let you leave. Okay? Because if you leave, you become a liability. You can be approached by the authorities. You know, I know she don't know much, but she knows enough that could probably get him a charge. You know what I'm saying? She knows enough. She hasn't witnessed anything. She can't really testify to him giving any orders or anything like that. She's never around for any of that. But she can maybe tell them about his associates, who is always there with Michael, who's the underboss, and all this other stuff. She can be a witness to that stuff. Right? So they would rather kill you, man, than let you leave. Like that? You can't get yourself into a situation. As I said, your panties was too wet for this man. Wasn't thinking straight. And you made a choice. You chose to marry Michael when he came back, knowing full well what you were getting involved with. And now you want to dip because things are getting too hot? Nah, bruh. I can't rock with that.
At this moment, I feel no love for you at all.
Oh, too bad.
I never thought that would ever happen. But it has.
Where's Apollonia when you need her? I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. That was a terrible joke. Too soon?
Okay. We leave tomorrow. Okay? Why don't you take the kids back to their room?
Michael, you haven't heard me.
I don't need to.
What do you want from me? Do you expect me to let you go? Do you expect me to let you take my children from me? Don't you know me? Don't you know that that's an impossibility, that that could never happen? That I'd use all my power to keep something like that from happening?
Yeah, like...
Don't you know that?
Kill you, especially you tell me you don't love me anymore? Okay. Come on, man. Use your brain.
In time, you'll feel differently.
In time, you'll feel differently.
You'll be glad I stopped you now.
Trust me. You'll be glad. I know that.
I know you blame me for losing the baby. Yes. I know what that meant to you. I'll make it up to you, Kay. I swear I'll make it up to you. I'm gonna change. I'll change. I've learned that I have the strength to change. And
she's looking at him. You low down, dirty bastard.
We'll have another child, and we'll
making
go on.
promises you can't keep.
We'll go on.
Oh, Michael. Michael, you are blind. It was a miscarriage. It was an abortion.
No.
An abortion, Michael. Just like our marriage is an abortion. Something that's unholy and evil.
You had an abort. You want to die.
Son, Michael. I wouldn't bring another one of your sons into this world. It was an abortion, Michael. It was a son, and I had it killed because this must all end. I know now that it's...
You see that? Yo, he's losing it.
There would be no way, Michael. No way you could ever forgive me. Not with this Sicilian thing that's been going on for 2,000 years. Oh!
Yo, I saw that coming. Yo, let me tell you. Hold up, cause my headphone got out. Hold, bro. Yo, I saw that coming from a mile away, bro. What? You don't tell no man, especially a man that's prone to violence, bro. You do not tell him that. You getting too bold, Kay. What? Bruh. You lucky there was a coach there to catch your ass. What? You don't tell a man that. Bruh.
Forgive me. Not with this Sicilian thing that's been going on.
Yo, that slap came. Yo. Bruh.
You won't take my children.
I will.
You won't take my children!
You're my children.
Oh, really? I don't think you want to take that chance, Kay. You getting bold. Yo, he came back to see Chi-Chi? I think that's what he did. I think this is Chi-Chi, the old man up there. Probably don't even remember him.
Ciccio. Don Ciccio. Don Ciccio. Tommasino.
Yeah, it's Cheech.
Ciccio, Tommasino sono. Ma sammi mai. Se ossia mi vuole fare l'onore, ci volesse fare a conoscere o socio di America. A New York. Si chiama Vito Corleone. Noi altri, Don Ciccio, ci mandiamo l'olio d'oliva a capo, paese nostro. E la compagnia che dava in America si chiama Genco Olive Oil Company. Significa compagnia d'olio d'oliva, Don Ciccio.
I wonder if he's gonna take revenge. Dude killed his dad and his mom, bro. Tried to kill him too.
La sua benedizione e il suo permesso per cominciare sto travaglio.
È onesto pecciotto di Nuova York.
Sta qua vicino a me, Don Ciccio.
Fallo venire più vicino, perché poi io non ci vedo tanto buono di lontano.
Vieni qua, Vito. Don
I
Ciccio.
wonder if he remembers. He must remember.
Cosa mano con Don Ciccio? Cosa Benedetto?
Benedetto. Come ti chiami?
Mi chiamo Vito Corleone.
Vito Corleone. Ti pigliaste un nome di sto paese, E tuo padre come si chiama?
Io si chiama Antonio Mandolini.
Che forte, non si sento buono. Avvicinati.
Il padre si chiama Antonio Mandolini e questo è Petit.
Figlio di puttana!
Che succede?
Sta così!
Bruh. Man got his kneecaps blown out, bro. Yo, after all these years, he came back and killed that dude.
Can I speak with you for a second, Tom? Don, where's Mike? Waiting for you to leave. Can I talk with him?
Sorry, Fredo, no chance.
Can I see him?
He's in the boathouse.
Can't you forgive Fredo? He's so sweet and helpless without you. You need me, Michael. I want to take care of you now.
Is she the baby or is Michael the baby? Might as well. Why did he just look at that dude?
Our friend and business partner, Hyman Roth, is in the news. You hear about it?
I hear that he's in Israel.
How old is this man?
The High Court in Israel turned down his request to live there as a returned Jew. His passport's been invalidated, except for a return to the United States. He landed in Buenos Aires yesterday. He offered a gift of $1 million if they'd let him live there. They turned him down.
He's gonna try Panama. Panama won't take him. Not for $1 million, not for $10 million.
His medical condition is reported as terminal. He's only gonna live another 6 months anyway.
He's been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years.
That plane goes to Miami.
Right. That's where I want it met. You're gonna come along with me in these things I have to do, or what? Because if not, you can take your wife, your family, and your mistress. Move them all to Las Vegas.
Why do you hurt me, Michael? I've always been loyal to you. I mean, what is this?
Allora, tu stai?
Sì, io stai.
Bene.
Now, what is it that you want me to do?
This will be okay, Frankie. Don't worry.
Did my brother go back?
Yeah. Don't worry.
He's 10 times tougher than me, my brother. He's old-fashioned.
He didn't even want to go out to dinner. He just wanted to go straight home.
That's my brother. And this is nothing could get him away from that two-mule town. He could have been big here. He could have had his own family. Tom, what do I do now?
Frankie. You were always interested in politics, history.
I remember you talking about Hitler back in 33.
Why is he still being protected? He recanted.
You were around the old-timers who dreamed of how the family should be organized, how they based them on their own legions and called them regimes, the capos and the soldiers. And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Those were the great old days, you know. And we was like the Roman Empire. The Corleone family was like the Roman Empire.
It was once. Thank you. When a plot against the Emperor failed, plotters were always given a chance to let the families keep their fortunes.
Yeah, but only the rich guys, Tom. The little guys, they got knocked off, and all their estates went to the emperors. Unless they went home and killed themselves. Then nothing happened. And their families were taken care of, Tom.
That was a good break. Nice deal.
Yeah. They went home and sat in a hot bath, opened up their veins, and bled to death. And sometimes they had a little party before they did it.
Don't worry about anything, Frankie Five Angels.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks.
Essentially, just tell this man to kill himself.
Kay, you have to go. Kay, will you please hurry? He's coming.
He has this woman, the mother of his children, on visitation, my guy. Yo, this man is, Michael is wilding out here, man. Yo.
Anthony, will you kiss your mother goodbye?
Anthony, say goodbye to Mama. Anthony.
Yo. This man has Kay on visitation. Oh my God, Kay, no. It's gonna be too late.
Mary, come here.
Oh, that's her name, Mary. Okay.
Anthony.
I wonder if she's on visitation or she just sneaking to visit. Yo, this man is a menace. She's just standing there looking at him. Yo, look at his face, bro. It would be so funny if he looked. He's gonna close the door, isn't he? Yo, Michael, stop it, bro. Michael is a menace, man. He don't care about nobody, man. Going out to fish.
Anthony! Anthony!
He's here. We're going fishing.
No! Michael wants to take him to Reno now.
Okay, kid, you gotta go to Reno with your pop. Come on, Anthony. I'll take you fishing again tomorrow, okay? Huh?
Okay.
Ah, boy. Hey, Anthony. Listen, I'll catch one for you with a secret, huh? All right? Okay, go ahead. Okay, Al, let's go.
Mr. Roth, you understand I'll have to take you into custody?
Yes, I understand.
Hey, Frankie, come on out. Let's play some hearts.
Frankie gone, bruh. Taking out all his enemies.
Is it true you're worth over $300 million, Mr. Roth?
I'm a retired investor living on a pension.
Wait a minute. Is Fredo gonna... No. Micheal, bruh. That's the reason why he looked at Al when he hugged Fredo, man. Amazing, amazing, amazing. This was definitely, I could see why people say the sequel is better. It's definitely, it is a better movie. It's a better movie. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Wow, man. That's all I can say is wow. You know what I mean? The restoration. Oh, that's because it was remastered. Whew. Man. Where should I start? Where should I start? Here goes Godfather 2 review. I must say this before I forget. This movie was one of the best movies that I've ever watched in my entire life. It was great for 3 hours and something. I think it was 3 hours and like 20 minutes. It was great. The setup, the way how they set up scenes, the flashback of Vito, and great job from Robert De Niro playing Vito that well. The voice kind of fits Marlon Brando as well. They did a pretty good job with that. The flashbacks back to Vito showing, you know what I'm saying, and just showing how he came into the olive oil business and the stuff that he did, stuff like that, how he became boss, how he became Don Corleone, you know what I'm saying, what happened before he came to America, all of that good stuff. That was a good addition to the story to kind of show you the direction of the entire family, right? So of course you guys already know what I use to judge the movies. I don't know if this is going to be another 20 to 30 minute long review, but we'll see where we get at the end of it. This was just a great movie overall. It was a great movie overall. Like, I don't have to give you the rating for you to know that this is going to get a 10 out of 10. There are just some movies that become instant classic, and now I can see why people say this is probably one of the best sequels ever in the history of Hollywood. I could see why people say this is just a great follow-up to an already great movie, right? And I told you guys that I did not know that The Godfather was actually a novel. The movie was made from the book, right? The novel. And you guys let me know that. Like, that wasn't information that I knew before even watching the first movie. It's like you guys have commented on that first movie and let me know that. So that was, you know, information that was good to know. So let's talk about it, man. I want to get to the story aspect of this pretty quickly, and then I'll talk about the other ones. I usually talk about, you know, audio and score and, cinematography. Either way you want to take it. Audio visuals, cinematography, and score, same thing, okay? Same thing. Sound design, same thing. And of course, rewatchability, right? So I'm going to talk about the story first in this one because I do want to get that out, right? I want to get that out. It might take a while for me to get through this story. We see the down spiral of this character, Micheal, right? Of him just losing it because he can't trust anybody. He didn't lose his mind or anything like that. It's just the ability to find people to trust made him very not even really paranoid, because he handled it with such poise. You get what I'm saying? He never panicked in any way where I can say, oh, he was afraid at this point, or he was afraid at this point during the movie, or this man showed no fear. He just sees things for what they are and execute. You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I continuously called him a menace, because that's what he is. He's a menace to society. He's a menace to everybody around him. This man slapped the taste out of his wife's mouth, you know what I'm saying, for aborting their kid, right? And I'm not one to, you know what I'm saying, put like domestic violence like on some sort of pedestal or some shit like that. I'm against domestic violence in all forms. It's better to walk away than to put your hands on a woman. Likewise, you women out there, stop putting your hands on men, because when they hit you back, don't be frightened when they slap your ass back, okay? So, in terms of the scene, I saw it coming, man. Because you don't tell a man that to his face. You just don't. You know, Kay must have thought she had modern feminism on her side. She must have thought this was 2022. She thought this was 2022, man. You way ahead of your time. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, man, men didn't play hearing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that shit coming. But the overall arc of this entire seeing Micheal, you know, just becoming Don, you know, and this whole situation with Roth and, you know, Fredo and Johnny, and this whole thing that's transpired throughout the whole show, the whole thing where Frankie as well came to see him, talk to him about, you know, trying to help in some ways. He's like, why don't we just take him out? He's like, no, I have business with these dudes. I don't want you to do anything that's going to mess that up. And I was a little bit confused about the details that was happening in like the first half of the movie. I don't think it was the first half. It was like the first hour of the movie. I was not really putting the pieces together as to what was really going on, because I was kind of fooled by the idea. But the thing about it is this: Micheal really didn't trust any of them. You get what I'm saying? I thought that he was trusting Roth because he had business with him, right? And he was not trusting Frankie because as soon as Frankie left, he got attacked. You get what I'm saying? And then we didn't know who exactly he was blaming. Like, I thought he was blaming Frankie, but then when he went to see Frankie, he was blaming Roth. And when he talked to, you get what I'm saying? So it was a little bit confusing as to why that was happening, but it just plays into the character of Micheal as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was to the point where I was looking at it and I was like, what's happening here? Like, where is this going? You know what I mean? But it's all about the character of Vito Corleone and just his ability to trust anybody around him. You know what I mean? And one thing about his character, he's a winner. He's a winner, and he's gonna get that dub. You know what I'm saying? Even if he has to wait for the perfect timing, he's gonna get that dub. That's the type of person he is. He doesn't like to lose. He doesn't like to be amongst people that he doesn't trust. He will take you out in a heartbeat because he, you know what I'm saying? When he talked to Tom and he's like, you know what? You are literally the only person around me that I can trust. Like, I legitimately trust. And you think that, you know, I put you out because, you know, you're not useful or you're not loyal. It ain't got anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to talk about when it comes on to this story. And I know I'm going to miss some things. About it. But the overall arch of the story, them going to Cuba, trying to make the deal, him thinking that he might get killed, putting false information into this person's ear, that person's ear, so he can find out who's the mole, who are they using inside the organization to get to him. You know what I'm saying? Which was Fredo. It was Fredo all along, because he was approached by Johnny. He didn't know that they were gonna try to kill Michael. He didn't know. But the thing about this, and the reason why Fredo would have never became head of the family, his demeanor doesn't fit leadership. Vito would have never chosen him to be head of the family. You know, they talked about him in part 1. He's just not that dude. You know what I'm saying? Sonny is that dude. You have to have a certain kind of demeanor. I don't think Sonny made a good leader either. He's too quick-tempered. But, you know, Vito would still give him, you know, head of the family before he gave it to Fredo. Fredo he's the second kid. That's why I'm wondering. I'm not sure if Connie is the youngest, or was she born before Michael and Michael is the baby. I'm not sure where she comes there. I think she is the baby though. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But when it comes on to that entire thing where somebody was being Fredo was, you know what I'm saying, he didn't know that they were going to try to kill Michael. But Michael is not really, it's like, listen, you're becoming too much of a reliability. You're becoming too much of a liability, not a reliability. What am I saying? You're becoming too much of a liability. I really thought he actually forgave Fredo, but we saw what happened at the end. He can't afford to have people around him that he's not 100% sure of. That's the type of person that Michael is. That's the kind of organization that he has to run. People are running their mouth. They're going all over the, you know what I'm saying, they're reporting to the FBI. This man came in with the brother. Brother don't even know why he's here in New York. He doesn't even know, bro. He doesn't even know why he's there. He just walked in, and Frankie was like, yo, I can't do this shit. Recanted his statement immediately, said he lied. You know what I'm saying? They was just saying some stuff, and I was like, yeah, all right, you could go with that. We all know he testified for real. An affidavit is, if you sign an affidavit, right, that is set. That's a legal document you sign. Of course, you can say everything in the affidavit is a lie, but my question is, why were they still protecting him even after? Why was he still in witness protection after the fact? You get what I'm saying? Till Tom had to go approach him and tell him, basically, that's the message that Michael sent to him. It's like, dude, we'll take care of your family, but you know you gotta die, right? So either way, you know, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Your brother's okay, listen, but you gotta go. You are a liability now. You know what I'm saying? At any minute, we gotta be worried about you now. So he created an alternative for himself. So that was really, you know, okay by their standards, I guess. So the overall story was not even about a story, but it was about a character, which you don't really find a lot of, you know, movies doing this anymore, in just spending time on just, you know, building up a character. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this is more of about character growth and stuff like that, it's like the story behind everything that we were seeing was kind of like expected, because we know what the mafia has to go through. We know what the kind of stuff that they did. We kind of know the stuff that they did. They got involved with businesses. They strong harm people, extort people. We know that this is a part of being in a criminal organization. These things happen. So that's why I'm saying that it was more of watching the progression of Micheal Corleone just progress, and not to the place of insanity or anything like that. It was more of like this calm storm. You know what I'm saying? It's like this calm storm that we're watching from beginning to end. You know what I mean? From the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, where it's just like you don't know what's going to happen, but you're just watching this character just handle this thing with poise. And you're like, how is he not spiraling out of control? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can spiral and develop, right? So most people under that kind of pressure, worrying about certain things, even at the hearing, this man was at the hearing like, you can't touch me, lying in front of a I don't know, I think that was a grand jury, if you want to call it that, right? Just lying in front of the senators and everybody, right? Not even shaken. The man is heartless, man. A menace. Bruh. That's how you want to be. You don't get emotional when you're leading. If you're supposed to take anything away from forget the criminal aspect of everything, but this is how you lead. You don't crack under pressure, because when you crack under pressure, first of all, you're gonna lose the respect of your peers. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You're gonna lose the respect of your peers. You're just not gonna be able to regain that control that you may have had before or never had. You're never gonna get it now, especially. So, just great movie overall. I enjoyed the story, but most of all, I enjoyed the character development of Micheal Corleone, and also the flashbacks of finding out a little bit more about his father. And I think they were kind of trying to contrast between his father and him, like how not necessarily heartless, but the things that happen in their life kind of shape them into the person that they are. So, I mean, it goes deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? If one could have a deep discussion about it, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go too deep here into this review, right? Because I do want to keep this review at about 20 minutes, right? It was just a great, it was a great story, man. One of the best movies that I've watched in a very long time. The writing is impeccable. The storyline was impeccable. Flashbacks was at the right moment. I don't know what that intermission was about. I don't know if I'm just not used to seeing an intermission mid-movie. I don't know what that was about. Was there a commercial break in the middle of the movie? That was kind of weird to me, but it is what it is. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if there was like, if, you know, during like when it was airing in theaters or whatever, was there like an intermission where people could go and eat food and then they come back and watch the rest of the movie? I'm thinking that that's maybe what happened, because the movie was so long. So they kind of like gave everybody that were sitting down a break. They could get up, go get some popcorn or some shit like that, and then come back, watch the rest of the movie. I think that's what happened. I'm just speculating. You guys can probably explain that whole intermission thing, because I have no idea what that was about. So so yes, audio visual 10 out of 10 for me. That classic Godfather soundtrack is never gonna get old. That is a classic sound that as soon as you hear it, you know what it's associated with, and it's not easy to come up with sounds like that. When it's kind of like with video games as well, or anime and stuff like that. When you hear a certain OST, you're just like, that's that shit. You know what I'm saying? So definitely that never goes. But the score in this movie, from first movie and this movie, it's been really good. Great timing with sound. Just overall, just very, very, very good. So of course the visuals, I did notice that a lot of this, I'm pretty sure a lot of those flashback scenes were not shot on location. They look like sets. They look like studio sets that they built. They really did. I could be wrong. It doesn't seem like, maybe some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but there were some of them that really look like sets. I think some of them was shot on location, but I think there's a couple of them that I saw that it looked like a studio set, like it was not, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and that doesn't take away from the greatness of what this film did, and how it was shot. Great cinematography. It was just great. And also the rewatchability is very high. I can definitely see myself watching other people's reaction of this, or even sitting down and watching this a year, 2 years from now, to see if there was anything that I missed, because as I said, I was very confused in the beginning of this movie, figuring out, who Micheal was trying to figure out, who attacked his house and tried to kill him. So I'm definitely going to rewatch that, maybe during my edits and stuff like that, to see if I caught anything that was telling as to why I was confused or why I shouldn't be confused. So rewatchability very high. So this movie, obviously, I said it earlier, definitely gets a 10 out of 10 from me. I can find no blemish with this movie. And of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there's going to be scenes where you're just like, they could have done that better, or they could have done this better. But they weren't many. You know what I'm saying? I think there were certain things that happened, certain scenes that were there that didn't have to be. You get what I'm saying? Because they ended up being not really meaningful to or contributed to anything. But, that's the thing about making a movie this long. Certain scenes that you shot and certain things, you know what I'm saying? Showing somebody walking upstairs, or setting the atmosphere for the movie, showing the outside of a city before you actually go in to where they at. Like, nowadays they're cutting stuff like that out of movies. And it messes with the continuity, and that's one of the things that I talk about on this channel, is like having continuity in the medium and what you're trying to create is very important, because you don't want to take your audience out of what you're watching. I think for the most part, like 90% of the movies these days, they don't really have that kind of exposition with their cinematography, and that's what's kind of like, this was aight. You know what I'm saying? If they spent a little bit more time. But the thing about it is that it's like they pay for film. It's so weird. It's like they pay for the film per minute. Like, they feel like, we just want this movie to be an hour and 20 minutes. That's it. I don't care what you got to do to cut it down to an hour and 20 minutes. That's what I want you guys to do. And I think a lot of times when certain scenes, when you watch like director's cuts of certain movies, and you're like, man, this is so much better. Why didn't they use this director's cut for the actual release? And it's weird to me. But guess what? I don't know that much about how Hollywood does their thing or whatever. I don't really care to know that much. But at the end of the day, I watched a great movie. The Godfather Part 2 gets a 10 out of 10 from me. and hopefully you guys enjoyed my reactions. I know that I don't talk as much during the movie and stuff like that, but I talk when I feel like talking, or at this time I paused it, so the time reaction is going to be messed up, but it is what it is. So thank you guys so much, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reaction. Let me know as much by hitting the like button, leaving a comment. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts. One more down, one more to go in the trilogy, and I know you guys have told me it's not the best one, but I still gotta watch it. I gotta see how they wrap up this trilogy, and that will be next weekend before I watch it. So this will be another week for you to wait after this reaction drops. So leave a like, leave a comment. Terabyt Reacts. I'm out. Peace.